Okay guys, this is the video before I'm going to do the actual swap. So here I'm getting ready to pull the motor. Since the first video I did a 5-lug conversion, so what I ended up doing, say for the front, is Q45 rotors and calipers, and I used 300ZX non-turbo hubs with new bearings, and I just pressed it into the R33 spindle itself. So that worked out. In the rear, it was this bolt-on S14 rear spindle for the hub, and then I used Q45 rear caliper and rotors also, and then the e-brake assembly itself is actually the same diameter. So, but yeah, I got that sorted out. Corrected my camber a little bit in the rear too, and then made some camber arms for the front. I'll have to show you guys that in another video, but the biggest thing right now is just to pull this motor out and start prepping it for an LS. I made a new coolant reservoir over here on the side. You guys can see that. But it had like this little bottle thing that came with it, and I wasn't really happy with it. It was just dangling there, so I just made one. And then I'm gonna end up doing the same for the washer reservoir. So I'm gonna end up trying to put it right here under the headlight, and then have like a filler neck just coming up right here, just to clean up the engine bay a little bit. So it'll be out of aluminum, and that'll be down the road. But yeah, here you guys go. Okay guys, back again. This is the second part, I think. I got the motor here. I was test fitting it already in the engine bay, and the oil pan obviously doesn't fit, but there's a lot more room than there would be in an S chassis. And I'm actually going to end up using a GTO oil pan. I'm going to end up modifying it to fit the chassis. So I'm going to do some prep work beforehand. So I'm going to take up like the power steering lines, add an adapter to it, and then probably relocate the fuel lines. I have compression fittings to 6AN that I'm going to end up converting the fuel lines to, and probably put the fuel filter and regulator and all that over here on this side. Then I still got to sort out like the clutch issue. The starter is huge, so unfortunately it doesn't fit because of that steering shaft. So I'll try to sort that out, and I'll keep you guys updated, but just letting you guys know it's definitely going down. Thanks. Okay guys, this is the first test fit with the motor mounts bolted to the block. If you can see, this guy on this side, the Japanese driver side, sits flush, but on the passenger side it bows up a little bit, so I'm going to have to re-drill it. I did notch the oil pan a little bit to clearance it, but if you see the bottom of the pan is flush with the subframe. And then if you look at the side, well, it's higher on this side. But that's where I cut it, and I'm going to end up welding up the top end of it. The clearance of the oil pan itself is pretty much spot on with the mounts. And then another issue I found so far, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this yet, is the starter. So the starter would sit right here. If you look at the side, I don't really have much room for much of a starter right here. So we'll see how this goes. Alright guys. Okay guys, this is the transmission mount right here. So it actually didn't fit. It was a bit further forward. So this was somewhere around over here, so that's where the front of it was. It's like right here. So all I did was I lined it up straight edge, cut it straight right here, cut the excess off, which is actually on this side, and then I moved the whole plate right here back, and then same on this side. And then as you can see, it's exactly where it should be, the center of the mount. Just give me some playroom too. And then I'm gonna re-weld this on, TIG weld it on both sides, and then it'll work. So I'll fill you guys in on the rest here in a second. Okay guys, this is another part. Got the transmission up. So I ordered this drive shaft off of eBay. I think it was from like Jegs or something, but it's a weld it yourself, cut to length for T56 to kind of whatever you want. So this part, it comes with the rear section right here, machine, and then it fits right in there. It comes with the input for a T56 and another U-joint. So I'm going to see if my rear end for the differential on the Skyline, if I could press it out to see if it's compatible with the same U-joint, and then cut it to length. Rule of thumb is you're going to want to keep about from the face of this to the end of the, I guess the input shaft would be about 1 inch. So I'll let you guys know how it goes.